Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, Psycho Chickens of Cyberspace. It's Troy Casey, your leader. Today we're going to talk about self-sabotage. Who do you know that suffers from self-sabotage, emotional trauma that keeps looping over and over again, preventing them from manifesting the life that they desire, maybe possibly ruining relationships, creating a business and or attempting to make money beyond their own consciousness around poverty consciousness, generational curses of poverty. And so my whole life has been based on healing myself from whatever energetic trauma, emotional trauma, childhood trauma, and we've all had it, right? I don't want to sit there and wallow in it. And the internet, I think, has a lot of, everybody's like a trauma coach now. And so that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, I studied with Robert Tennyson Stevens. He was one of my mentors. I have a student now, David Daigle. He also studied with Robert Tennyson Stevens and is carrying on that work with conscious language as we speak into existence that which we wish to see in the world, positively or negatively, right? This is how we can get caught in our self-sabotage loops, in our ideas of addiction, perfectionism, comparison is the thief of joy. There's all sorts of psychological elements that keep us held back. And so I'm doing a retreat with David Daigle. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to bring him on. This is the Body Electronics workbook. This has all the points that the body holds. Our fascia crystallizes with our ideas. And so this is all about holding the points and freeing up the crystalline structures that reside in our tissues. I've said this many times, our psychological issues reside in our physical tissues. So mobilize the tissues to relieve the psychological issues. And movement is medicine, and that helps. Hydration is critical because that is what purifies the crystalline structure. Water should be crystalline structured as well to take that into your body to wash and purify. The solution to pollution is dilution. So pure water is very important. Everything that I teach in the 9 pillars of health is very important. However, when it comes to healing, sometimes you cannot scratch an itch, right? And so you need someone as either a mirror to reflect back to you where the potential issue is inside your own consciousness or inside your own body. And body and consciousness, the body, mind, and soul is all one integrated system. And so oftentimes we get disconnected, and now we're dealing with psychological warfare. So we are externalizing our lives and putting ourselves outside of ourselves. However, everything resides inside the human body structure. These are some additional points for the face. These are some for the body. And Body Electronics has been around for a long time. Our retreat is coming up at the end of August. I do believe the 26th through the 31st in Llano, Texas. And I'm going to bring David on to talk about that. And he's going to illuminate this. But you want to ask yourself, who do you know that suffers from self-sabotage, from looping their problems, possibly ruining relationships over long periods of time? Look, I suffer from this myself, right? There's only one here. I'm healing myself. And so I have scoured the planet looking for the best healing methodologies to help myself first and foremost. And then reporting live from planet Earth, it's Troy Casey, Certified Health Nut, here to share what I have discovered, going to the Amazon, practicing 10-day courses of Vipassana meditation in silence, everything that I need to heal my body, mind, and consciousness. I started fasting, I started juicing, 35 years ago, herbal medicine. Many of these things that people have poo-pooed and said, "Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, that's nonsense, Troy." And I am here to say that I am living proof. Whatever I practice, I preach. And this is the coagulation of my electromagnetism, my embodiment of my ideas, the integration of my ideas and the embodiment of my practices. And so, to bring you guys the best information on health and healing, we're going to bring on David Daigle. He's going to be able to answer your questions. If you have questions, there's a little question mark circle right down there. That's a good place to ask them. If you ever have issues with self-sabotage, ruining relationships, addiction, emotional issues that you just can't shake, anxiety, depression, looping of the thoughts, David has helped me with this statement right here, and it has worked magic. I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. So anytime I start looping my ideas around anxiety, etc., I say that statement to myself, I repeat it. I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. Because emotions are energy in motion. And if we loop them up in our head, we don't allow them to move. And that stagnation can coagulate into our back pain, our neck pain. It can tie up our fascia, which is the crystalline structure of the nervous system that comes out of the brain down through the brainstem and then goes out into the fingertips. The fascia is all over the body. This is going to be the gut microbiome discovery that they did 15 years ago. They didn't even know the gut microbiome existed. Fascia is that discovery happening right now, even though many people have known about it. Ida Rolf developed Rolfing, I think about 50, 60 years ago. And so fascia is known, but it is not well known and or well studied. However, is it really good for us to drink urine? It's good for me. I don't know if it's good for you. So, all right, let's, if you have a question, drop it in the question mark icon over here. And we're going to bring on David Daigle. Retreat, Certified Health Nut Retreat that we're having in Llano, Texas at the end of August. For those that want to heal the deeper elements of their emotional body. David, welcome back to the show, my friend. Can you introduce yourself, please, David, and give a little bit of your background?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. So I've been a firefighter for 17 years. I have been diagnosed with PTSD myself, have been through abuse as a younger child. And so it sent me on this mission to find out what makes us happy. And through having myself in situations that are life and death, I've developed this bedside manner to be very calm in stressful situations, which has led me to work with people in the worst conditions, whether that's not wanting to be here on the planet, whether that's the C word, something that I choose to talk in code on here. If we get on a Zoom, we can talk more freely. But it has given me this calmness to stay and love even in the hardest situations. And it has led me to body electronics. And here we are after you've seen results of conscious language, the body language, and how it gets to the root of our glitches instantly. We can go into body electronics and you can multiply that times 144,000. And then we use the conscious language and the body language to process our deep buried emotions. So those generational curses, they come up, and we have these tools now that we can get on the other side of it in minutes, literal minutes. I have seen the worst things that people can go through. They come to these events, whether it's an actual thing a guy in a white lab coat gave a name to, or whether it's just some kind of trauma you went through as a child. This stuff comes up and we touch it with love. And to be in a container where everyone's on the same page and we're on organic fruit all week. I mean, we do have our dinners, but just having organic, fresh fruit. We're out in nature, getting sunlight, putting our feet on the ground, and then we're putting our hands on each other to dissolve those crystalline structures that you just mentioned. I think of it like arthritis. That arthritis doesn't just fly through the air and you catch it. That is something your body developed and created. Now, I think of these things after doing this work so much that in those structures, it is like microchips for your memories. And so when we plug in, we use our fingers to use acupressure. We plug in, you will feel those structures dissolve. I think of it like plugging in a cell phone charger. You will feel your finger go into their body when they're ready to process their emotion. When that thing comes up, tears may come, and whatever comes up, we're ready for it. And the biggest thing that I've learned from all this is that it's an illusion that healing has to be hard. Mm-hmm. Because yes, we may cry and we might ugly cry. Dude, I ugly cried for 5 minutes straight, processing the emotions that I got from sexual abuse when I was 6 years old. And I did it through body electronics. And when I got on the other side of it, the number one thing that people said to me, they said, dude, you look like a teenager. Because I was a brand new person. And the only way I know how to describe what happened to me, to put it in words, is my illusion of limitation was shattered. So maybe I think that answers your question, because I can get going. You know how I'm a lot like you, Troy. I can get going on a roll. So does that answer your question of where I come from and why I'm here? Yeah.
Yes, and I like that you got into specifics already because people do have questions. So, and I remind everyone, if you have a question, put it in the question mark box so everyone can see it. And so, DJ Upton says, I have chronic hip and lower back pain linked to emotional pain and chronic stress. How to clear it?
All right. So what we do is use the body language to ask questions to see if this resonates with you. So low back is about support. Left or right side is going to tell you more information. So left side, every single one of us, this is the same thing as anatomy. Our emotions show up in these locations on our body in the same position for every single person. It is, as long as you have this meat suit on planet Earth, these locations are going to give you information. It's not just things that show up. This is your subconscious communicating to you that, hey, we've got some emotions that require acknowledgement. So low back is about a lack of support. And the lower we get in our back, the deeper it is. So literally, it's deeper in your back. So we're talking about resentment. So this is some anger that has been resent and resent and resent about not being supported. Our hips connect our legs and our torso. This is about our understanding how to move forward. So the question I have for you is, have you had challenges understanding how to move forward in what you're doing and having resentment about not being supported in moving forward? Now, left side is our feminine side, right side is our masculine side. So let's see if I can simplify that question. That was a lot of words because I love simplicity. Have you had some anger and resentment about not being supported? That's my question to you. Let me know if that resonates with you. And then we can use our language. That's the language piece where we can process our emotions. So that is the how. The how is we name it, and then we make a new choice. So like Troy said, I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. Sometimes that's all that's required to get us back in the present moment and in our body. I mean, I do this with firefighters. They put their hands on dead people. It forgive me ahead of time. It fucks with them. It fucks with me when I put my hand on dead people. And I can say to them, say this out loud. I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. And dude, I'm talking big, grown men, like masculine men, just go into tears because they haven't felt their feelings in so long. They've been up here trying to think their way through life, where now that I know this information, when we're down here in our body, we're feeling our way through life, which is, it's my highest choice, is to feel. I believe that's why we're here.
Oh,
Yes. So DJ, DJ Upton, abandonment from both masculine and feminine mother and father. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to go through these 5 steps that I use, and you will learn it.
hold on one
Yeah,
second, David.
yeah.
You have good internet connection? You're pixelating a little bit.
Let's see here.
You
You
got good
know,
internet?
so I'm in the middle of this rainstorm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're in Texas where the ground
Let's see
zero
if
for
that works a little bit better. How are we doing now?
uh it's still pixelating, but I can hear you fine. And so yeah, I didn't want to interrupt too much, but I didn't know you were in a storm. Just carry on. So DJ Upton says abandonment from masculine and feminine, mother and father.
Yeah, so DJ, I'm asking you to say some things out loud because this is how we process the emotions. And it doesn't matter if it was PTSD from the war, from firefighting, from mom and dad abandoning you, from a Barbie getting taken away when you were 5 years old. It does not matter. It is the emotion. It is the emotion that you got from the experience, and we can acknowledge it, and our body will let us know instantly. So here we go, DJ. I'm asking you to say this out loud. And if you're here participating, test these things out for yourself. You will feel a shift when you say these commands or these decrees out loud. So here we go. We know it's resentment. So we're going to acknowledge that. Yo, resentment, I touch and I stay. So, Troy, you talked about embodiment. These are the words of embodiment: touching, staying, feeling, breathing, loving. That's the 5 words of embodiment, and I use those quite a bit. So, yo, resentment, I touch and I stay.
Yo, resentment, I touch and I stay.
And I love my resentment into my forgiveness.
And I love my resentment into my forgiveness.
And you guys watch in with your body. I've already got grace bumps coming up. So here we go. I give myself permission to forgive my parents for all their mistakes.
I give myself permission to forgive my parents for all my mistakes, for all their mistakes. You see that one?
Yeah. And so, Troy, when we mix words up like that, that's your subconscious going. So we get to say it again and make it fun and easy. And so I give myself permission to forgive my parents for all their mistakes.
I give myself permission to forgive my parents for all their mistakes.
Yes. And this is a question for all of us here. Have you been hard on yourself?
Yes.
Me too. And I know this information. When we're hard on ourselves, our world will be hard on us.
Hmm.
Our inner world directly reflects our outer world. So since we've all been hard on ourselves, let's use the second most powerful word in the English language. So say out loud, oops.
Oops.
It's a very powerful word. It brings laughs and smiles every time I use it. So here's 1,000 more oops we can all put in our pockets. And anytime you're hard on yourself, just say oops.
Oops.
And then here's the big one. This is a big one for all of us. I recommit to loving me.
I recommit to loving me.
And I give myself permission to forgive myself.
And I give myself permission to forgive myself.
So we can think of our subconscious as a computer. And when we get programmed as a child, those programs keep replaying. Abandonment keeps replaying, or whatever it is that you got will keep replaying. So what we just did was go back in our memories, touch it with love, and we wiped the slate clean. We wiped the programming out. Now we're creating new programming. So I'm using the body language signals to create my new programming. So DJ signals. So I understand how to move forward.
David, maybe we should bring on someone else. If somebody wants to come on, go ahead and request to come on while we go through some other questions. Does that sound good, David?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, having a conversation on here live goes much quicker.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
and yeah,
So, so Jenny says, I have a lot of nervous energy, third, fourth vertebrae down right in that area. What could that mean? Is that your neck, Nikki, or I mean Jenny? Is that your
yeah.
neck
So
or your back?
cervical. So Jenny, this is about survival. So not feeling supported, and we have feelings of survival. So let me know if that resonates with you.
And
And
Jenny, if you want to come on, I have Caroline Bogema that could potentially come on. Um,
yeah, and every single vertebrae
it's my
has a
back. Yeah, it says
yeah.
it's her back. So about the sounds like it's behind her heart.
Okay, so behind your heart's going to be challenges with love, right? Not feeling supported in your partnership, not feeling supported in your love. So we hold back our love. Yeah. So Jenny, I'll simplify the question. Have you not felt supported? And is anger coming up for you? And if it's nervous energy, maybe we label it as fear versus nervous. So test this out. Everybody here can test this out and see how your body responds when you say, I feel nervous, I feel fear. I feel fear is empowering. I'm in my authority. I feel nervous. Nothing happens for me. It's a word that my brain does not respond to. Now you test it out. I mean, y'all can all test this out. I feel fear and it's okay. And I love my fear into my courage and my faith. So Jenny, test these out. When what I'm saying, say these out loud with meaning and feeling, and your body will shift. You are changing your entire being because who you're being right now is the most important thing because it's attracting your next people, your next circumstances, your next events. And yeah, so and then let's see, Jetta Simmons, I had surgery at S4 and S5, but still have pain in my sacral. All right, so now we're getting lower into our back. So these, see, this, all these signals start coming up because the law of attraction is very real. We're so a lot of people who haven't been supported in their partnership is coming up. So it could be partnership with your parents, it could be partnership with your spouse, a boss. If you're not feeling supported in your partnership, it's going to show up in your low back. And the feeling that we get from that is anger and resentment. But guys, y'all check this out. Anger and resentment is a secondary emotion. It shows up secondary because our ego says, I don't want to feel sad or I don't want to feel fear anymore. So now we're going to fight. So dig deeper. Check in with the front of your body. Where are you getting signals when you think about your challenges? Is it in your throat? Is it in your chest? Is it in your belly? Is it on your shoulders? Like, yes. And so, hey, Nicole,
Hi, David. How are you?
better than good, better than most, sometimes better than that, blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. How you doing?
The same that you just said. I'm doing wonderful.
All right.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Troy. Good to see you.
Good. So, did you
So,
want to share your experience with the body electronics that you did this year?
I'm coming to the retreat in August, so I wanted to see if David could help me figure out a few things that are going on with me physically right now. And I'm doing a slight detox and just trying to get ready for the retreat. But I feel like I have a few things that are kind of holding me back a little bit. So I'd like to share that with him.
Awesome.
Can y'all see me okay? I'm sorry. It's also been
Yes.
a lot here in Dallas. So David, I'm having all of a sudden having like a pain and a itching in my left ear. And I feel like it must be something to do with something I don't want to acknowledge or I don't want to hear, but I can't quite put it all together. And I've also been having a pain in the middle of my back. And I think we've worked on that before. And I think that has to do with carrying burdens. But it's right in the middle this time. I think one time it was on the masculine side.
David, did you freeze? Oh no.
Oh no.
I think we got a frozen Dave. He's in those storms. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can kick him
There he
out. Oh, there he
There we
is.
go.
Okay.
Let's see here. All right. Can y'all hear me?
We got you now, brother.
Okay.
So Nicole, go ahead and Nicole, go ahead.
So yeah, I caught a little bit. You got so middle of your back.
Yeah, so the first one is what's been happening is my left ear. And so I've had like itching and some pain in it. And so I was saying, I think that must be something to do with something I don't want to hear, or I don't know the exact connection with that. And I kind
All
of know
right.
what the other one is, but that's the middle of my back. And that's been really hard for me. The one on my back has caused me to have a few migraines, which I've not had in a long time.
All right. So I'm going to do my best to simplify this and say this quick. When we're in our head, so when we get signals from here up, ears, headaches, this means we're trying to think our way through life and we're not feeling our feelings. And so our subconscious is giving these signals like, hey, we're not in our body. So the upgrade is very simple. I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay.
I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay.
Yes. And
Wow.
so, and
It's this loop
Caroline,
that I'm
this,
in. I know this. I've been doing this for so long. It's like,
well, what happens is, so I've uncovered this emotional scale. So it's 1 through 7, right? We get start at the bottom at unconscious. So when we use words like I don't know, I feel like, those are ways to put our feelings over there in the corner. They take them out of our body and we put them over there and we give it to cousin it. Like when you say it feels cold outside,
mhm.
what is it? Like remember Adam's family? I think of cousin it as this entity we create to give our feelings to. And when you say I feel, it brings it home. Your
Yeah,
feelings come back into your body. All right. So these simple little word shifts. So instead of saying I don't know, so Nicole, here we go. This is how we start. I choose to know.
I choose to know.
And I choose to make this fun and easy.
Oh, I choose to make this fun and easy.
And what, when did your ear start messing with you? You said it was your left ear?
hmm
Okay.
Let's see. It's been a few weeks, and I'm in a big transition right now with moving and starting over, and so
Okay. So Nicole, you just stuttered 4 times. It. All right. Not wrong. That's your subconscious communicating to a translator.
yeah.
So I'm translating what your subconscious is telling me. And what that means is fear is active. So I'm going to that scale I was just telling you about. 1 is unconscious, 2 is apathy, 3 is grief, 4 is fear, 5 is anger, 6 is pain, 7 enthusiasm. We get to the flagpole in Mario and we're like, yeah. All right. So yeah, all it is fear. So what did you hate hearing from a feminine person that was causing some fear for you?
I don't know if it necessarily caused fear, um, but I was basically told to be quiet, to be seen and not heard.
Okay. And we can call this person X, or if you choose to put their name in there, you can.
My grandmother.
Okay. All right. So what age were you when you first hated hearing something from your grandmother?
When I first started talking. So
Okay. So just put a number, an age on it.
let's just say two. Two.
Okay. It's important for us, not for me, but for you to go to that memory. We don't have to get into any stories. So thinking of your grandmother, 2 years old, what you hated hearing, and saying out loud, yo, fear, I touch and I stay.
Yo, fear. I touch and I stay.
And y'all notice the comment Rose Subtle just put in? She said, I vote your victory, Nicole.
Thank you. I vote
So
your.
what Yeah. So what voting victory means is sending love and support your way. So Nicole is sharing with us her feelings. This is the most intimate thing we can do with one another. And if you like spiritual laws like me, the law of authenticity is the highest vibrational law of all, and we are tapping into it right now. I got goosebumps. I must be onto
Yeah.
something. All right. So we're tapping into the law of authenticity by sharing with each other how we feel. All right. So if you choose, you can vote victory for Nicole, for me, for yourself, for Troy in the comments. Like we can make a difference. Like this is creating a supportive container, a loving and supportive container to vote victory. All right, so here we go, Nicole. I love my fear into my courage and my faith.
I love my fear into my courage and faith.
And I give myself permission to forgive my grandmother.
I give myself permission.
And I give myself permission to forgive my grandmother.
And y'all vote victory and take some deep breaths, Nicole, because this is so important. And here's the big one. I love my grandmother's fear into my courage and my faith.
I love my grandmother's fear into my courage and faith.
So, yeah, guys, we're tapping into shifting generational glitches right now because her grandmother had fear, so she gave it to her, to Nicole, and now Nicole is the one. You're Neo in the Matrix. Like you're the one who changes your generational glitches into your highest choice. Courage and faith. And Nicole, this might be, actually, I already know, this is your greatest strength, courage and faith.
Yes.
This is how we find our mission in life, guys, through our weaknesses, through those things we don't want to talk about, through the things we hated hearing.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So,
it's the shadow, right? This is
yeah.
this is this is the deeper elements, the things that people, no, not me. I don't have a Darth Vader side, not me.
Yeah. So really quick, what we never were taught, cancel clear. I'm going to reword that. Most of us weren't taught how to process this heavy stuff when it comes up. So we go to alcohol or pornography or whatever the thing is to escape, drugs, whatever it is, to escape how you feel. But now we have these tools. We know to acknowledge how we feel with 100% accuracy because our body's telling us what it is. So that force stutter told us it was fear.
Yeah.
And so, all right. So here's a big one. I give myself permission to forgive myself.
I give myself permission to forgive myself.
Yeah. And is your grandmother still here on the planet?
No.
And what do you call your creator?
God.
So now that your grandmother's in God's heart and she's got the view of everything,
Mm-hmm.
what is she saying to you right now that is confirming your heart's desire? And can you quote her?
She would say that she was doing her best to protect me because she was hurt and she didn't want me to be hurt.
Okay. So now can you say it as though she's saying it through you? So she would say, eliminate, she would say. And how does she say it to you right now?
Nicole, I wasn't trying to silence you because I don't think that your voice is not important. I was trying to protect you because something happened in my life that hurt me and I felt like I needed to be silenced and I wanted to pass that on to you to protect you. But I love you with all my heart.
Can you say that last sentence there again?
I love you with all my heart.
Yes, let it in.
Yeah.
Can y'all notice we're raising our frequency right here, real time? This is how we do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And I remember my creator's secure love.
I remember my creator's secure love.
I ignite secure love.
I ignite secure love.
Yeah. And what are 5 things you're grateful for?
my health, my children, my family,
Mhm.
and my a future.
Beautiful. How do you feel right now?
I feel complete.
And let's get more detailed. Yes, complete. Yeah, we did because there was a shift. There was a big shift
Mhm.
when we just went through that. What do you feel in your body?
Oh, I definitely feel lighter and just I feel more whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all we did was acknowledge a few feelings.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it happened when you were two, if it happened yesterday, if it happened whenever. Doesn't matter. It's just the emotions that we got from our experience. And we're touching it with love. Way to
Yes.
go, Nicole. And
Thank you,
so
Dave.
And so, Troy, I bet you can jump in on this part is that when you say yes to this specific retreat,
Mm-hmm.
your shit's going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Troy, you said yes about 6 weeks ago, and have things come up for you?
Oh, massively. In fact, I think I called you the first week. I got home from my Mexico retreat, and there was a tidal wave of stuff that came up, and you were like, right on point. And
Yeah. And Nicole said, yeah, she's experiencing the same thing. Ear stuff, headaches, like this stuff starts coming up so you can
Mhm.
deal with it.
Mm.
mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. As we clean it up, so there's 4 weeks of class before the retreat. So we're meeting on Zoom once a week for 4 weeks before the retreat. We're in class right now. If you're getting your yes and you're like, yes, I'm coming to this, honor it and know that you're in class right now and your stuff is going to come up. And when we get in class, I invite you to step forward like Nicole's doing right now and clean up as much as possible before we get there so you have a much deeper, richer experience.
Yeah, and many people are asking questions, and
Mhm.
I definitely want to see David help them. And we will do more lives going up to this retreat. So if you're interested in this retreat whatsoever, send me a direct message with the word retreat in it, and we'll send you information. And we'll also put you on the chopping block to go on live with David so he can facilitate you with the conscious language beforehand. We'll be doing multiple lives this week and the following week as more people are interested in the retreat. So go ahead and send us a DM with the word retreat, and then we'll give you information on that, and we will keep you up to date when we were going live and facilitate you then. Um, any other things that you want to add, David?
Yeah, it's all inclusive. We'll have as much organic as possible. I love fruit. I love coconuts. So we'll have a plethora of coconuts all week, plus electrolytes. And hydration means we can feel our feelings. So when we're dehydrated, it means we're not feeling our feelings. So we'll get super hydrated, super mineralized. There is some nutritional prep. That's why we require you to sign up 30 days in advance. And this is a very intimate retreat. We have 15 spots and six of them are already filled. And this is our first live that we're doing that we've done about the retreat. So we're about to hit the marketing hard. I invite you, if you get your yes, to honor it. This is the fastest, easiest way I've ever seen to restore our divine blueprint, to restore who you came here to be. Whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually, I've seen all of it. And it's in pristine nature. Right, we're going to the Llano River, and it is one of the most beautiful places on earth. It's a very special place. So if you're a rock hound into uh, crystals, gemstones, there is a plethora of gemstones in this area that you can just walk around in the river and find them. You will see something shiny, like, oh, that's crystal quartz, And so it's a very magical place, So and it's why I host my retreats there. So yeah, I think period for now. I feel
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So Certified Health Nut is my channel. Send me a message there with the word retreat. I see a lot of you guys putting it in the comment section. And then David, what's your handle, please? and then Nicole can share hers.
Yeah,
Mine's
super.
certified health nut.
Yeah, mine is Super David Daigle.
Super
Mine's
Dave.
at Nicole.
Okay, you cut out, Nicole. Anyways, people can just click right here in the top of the thing and they'll get all three of us. So send us a message if you have any questions whatsoever. This is Certified Health Nut, Troy Casey. I go live most days doing meditation, etc. And so we'll have David on either later on tonight and tomorrow. I love healing. Dave does too. We are both holistic health practitioners. So is Nicole. And we're here to help as many people as we possibly can to usher in new earth. We're looking for the 144,000, the chosen ones. I am one of the chosen ones. The question is, are you?
Yeah. And Troy, I choose to give you some props because you've helped me out so much. I came to Troy, invested in his program, and in my first conversation with Troy, he goes, "Stop quoting your coaches and step into your greatness right now," with a few F bombs in there. And man, to hear that from Troy, who's, I choose an appropriate, but a wise elder for me. This is someone I'm following and like who's paved the trail for me. And to hear that from him was amazing for me to step into my courage and my faith. And here we are. It's been about a year, and now we're hosting a retreat, partnering together. And man, I am enthusiastic about this entire process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Christy Tice asks if this is facilitator training, and yes, it is. So hit me up, Christy, and we'll get you all the information that you need, and we'll have David and Nicole on again soon. Thank you guys. God bless you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Cyberspace.